Let's talk about the specific type of Japanese green tea that you probably never heard about, despite the fact that all the farmers are spending so much time and effort perfecting, and it's such a delicious tea. It's called the Kabusecha. Hi, my name is Yuki. I'm the founder of Tealife, and in this channel, we break down Japanese tea to make your next cup of tea more fun. If I asked you, what are the great teas of Japan, what would you answer? The first one you might think of is matcha, perhaps, because matcha has been so popular these days all around the world. And then the prices have really skyrocketed as well. And that's correct. So matcha is one of the most premium types of Japanese tea for sure. So that's a good one. And the second one could be Gyokuro. I'm not sure if you've heard of this, but Gyokuro is the pinnacle of loose leaf Japanese tea. So it's almost like the loose leaf counterpart of matcha. So Gyokuro, you would infuse it because it's a loose leaf tea, but it's very unique because you'll drink it in a very thick way. The water will be extremely thick. The water of the tea will be extremely thick, and the viscosity will almost be like jelly. That's kind of exaggerating, but that's the idea here. So those are two most premium types of Japanese tea that Japan has to offer. And the common thread between these two Japanese tea are that they're both shaded before harvesting. They're both called oicha, which means shaded tea. And the reason why they have to go through this shading process is actually very important. By shading the tea leaves from the sunlight, what it does is it enhances the umami and it reduces the astringency. The way that you drink matcha and also gyokuro is in a very thick form. The only way you can drink a tea in such a thick form is if the astringency really reduces and the umami increases as well. So as a tea farm, they would go through this process of shading the tea leaves from the sun, despite the fact that it's not easy to do so. You have to invest in technology, you have to have manpower to do the shading, the skill is quite difficult, and also it reduces the yield of the tea leaves as well. So despite the fact that all this happens, it would still go through the shading process so you can serve very good quality tea. So that's the significance of shading, and that's what oicha is. It's shaded tea. Now, actually, there's another sibling to the oicha family. It's not just gyokuro and matcha, and that's what kabusecha is. Kabusecha is actually also a shaded tea, which means that it's actually a premium tea. And again, this is something that really not too many people know about. Kabusecha is right between a sencha and a gyokuro. So just like sencha, it's also a Japanese, loose leaf Japanese tea. But unlike sencha, kabusecha is shaded. Sencha is not. The difference between a Sencha and a Gyokuro is how long it's been shaded. So for a Gyokuro, it's shaded for a very long time. It's about 3 weeks. However, for a Kabusecha, it varies, but it would be between 1 to 2 weeks. So there's a difference there. And when you compare the taste of like a Sencha and a Gyokuro, it's obviously very different. Whereas Sencha, you would have a lot more bright notes. And for a Gyokuro, it would really go into like deep umami. It's hard hitting deep umami. So there's a huge difference. And I think what this kabusecha does is that it kind of bridges the gap between those two. So you can tone down the brightness a little bit and increase the umami. So it's really that great balance that you get between sencha and gyokuro. And that's what I really like about kabusecha. The other thing that's really interesting and fun, actually, about Kabusecha is that you can enjoy it in different ways. So you can enjoy it like a sencha, and you can also enjoy it almost like a gyokuro. So if you want to enjoy some of the high notes, the bright notes, and you want something hot to drink, then you can actually drink it as a sencha, and it'll give you a fantastic sencha. However, at the same time, if you want something a little bit more hard hitting, a little bit more umami, a little bit more strong, you want to wake up a little bit more because you have like a test or something, then you can have a little bit more of that espresso-ish way of drinking like a Gyokuro. And the range of way you can kind of enjoy this tea makes this tea special as well. Now, the final thing I'll say about Kabusecha is that I think Kabusecha is actually a very good deal. And that might sound funny, but the reason why I say this is because there was a recent data that came out of the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, and Farmeries in Japan, and it mentioned the average prices of the different types of tea in Japan. And when I look at the Kabusecha, this is wholesale, by the way. When you look at Kabusecha, it's only about 20% more expensive than normal Sencha. And when you think about Sencha, Sencha itself there's a wide range of Sencha. So there's very high quality Sencha, but also there's normal or low quality Sencha because Sencha is like the standard tea. So when you think about the standard tea and the average price, and when you think about Kabusecha being only 20% higher, and Kabusecha, since it's shaded by default, there's a certain level of quality there. There's a quality guarantee there. So if you say that you can by just paying 20% higher to guarantee the quality of a kabusecha, I think that's a pretty good deal. It's almost like you're going to the supermarket and you're buying some free range chicken eggs instead of the normal eggs because you know that that's a little bit better. Although it's a little bit higher, it's kind of like that, except for the price premium is not that high in my view. So that's just another interesting perspective I want to throw at you. We actually do not have a Kabusecha in our shop, despite the fact that I'm making this video. But I am looking for one. We're talking with farmers right now, so hopefully we can introduce one soon. At the same time, we do introduce the Kabusecha, different types of Kabusecha in our Japanese Tea Travelers program quite often. So I don't think, for some of our customers, I don't think it's completely foreign to you, but hopefully soon we can decide on a good Kabusecha to bring to you. If you like this video, you'll like the next video, so make sure you grab another cup of Japanese green tea and click the link here.